Hey friends, it's Genevieve Goings. I'm here to help you with your first initial dive into voice acting for kids, really for anyone, but I focus on helping kids. I've had an amazing career with Disney, Mattel, Fisher-Price, and many huge companies over the past almost 20 years. You may have seen me on my Disney show, Choo, Soul, as the singing train conductor, but now I'm helping the next generation book and win these jobs. They're doing incredible things. You may be here because you're like, my kid makes voices, my kid is animated, I think they would like trying this voice acting thing. Or you might be here because your child is already signed to an agent and you just need to make sure you're hitting the mark when it comes to your auditions. So today, let's dive in. This is actually a presentation from my summer camp that I did for July, and the kids were doing an incredible job, and I just want you guys to follow along and have fun, okay? So here we go. We are going to dive in, and when I say agent ready, again, I'm talking about what makes something just stand up. Like sometimes you ever send out an audition and you're just like, was it even good? And I wonder what the other people are sending in. This is why we're doing this right now, okay? So first of all, I like to have you introduce yourself. That's really what your slate is, okay? So for me, if they say slate your name, slate name only, that's just your name. Genevieve Goings. Okay, see, I gave it a little sparkle. I don't want you guys to waste an opportunity with your slate, and I'll get into that later, okay? I'm going to keep moving myself over here so that I'm not in the way. Okay, so first I'd like to ask, what is a show and put this in the comments, you guys. What's a show or movie that you always wish you could have been in, or something you'd like to do, like a type of voice acting you'd like to do? I would love to hear that. You guys let me know in the comments, okay? I think it's important for us we want to go out there. We want to deliver every single audition, right? We want to turn in every single one. But as you go, it's going to be kind of about like, what does your kid want to do? And what is their strength? Because we don't want to keep submitting auditions that they're not going to be in their best light with, but we'll get there too. This is something really fun I like to do. I'll go back to myself here. We're going to try this, which is saying wow 3 different ways. Okay. So you could start in the very beginning with like, wow, like it's really amazing. The next one could be not impressed. Wow. Okay. And then there's always like, wow. Okay. This is just ideas. I'm not saying that's the right thing, but I'm just showing you how there are different ways to say the same word. And I think that's a good challenge for you guys to try. We also like to hear things like running, climbing, or dropping down. Sometimes in scripts, you will need this. It will call for that, okay? If you are a superhero and you're supposed to jump up on something and it says jumping effort with little brackets like this, if it says that on the script with little brackets, that means they want to hear you doing that, okay? Like, okay, and here we go, and woohoo! She jumped right over, or whatever it might be, okay? They want to really hear it, not a kid reading from a paper, okay? So this is really fun. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, your slate is your first impression. That's the first time they're going to hear you, okay? I'm moving myself over again. Right here. Now, when you get your audition, it's very important that you follow all of the guidelines that they're telling you, okay? They're going to say what they want on your slate, generally your name, the character name, and your representation. But these change. Sometimes it's all capital letters. Sometimes it's your name underscore the character name underscore your agency. Sometimes it's space dash agency. All of those little details do matter. You need to get those right, and you need to name them correctly, because something as simple as naming your file wrong could mess up the opportunity, okay? And they're also going to tell you what's in your slate, what you're saying, and how to label the file, and of course when to turn it in by. We always want to do it by the due date. Sometimes things happen. We'll get into that later. I also have a podcast called Successful Young Creatives you can check out, where I talk about that and how sometimes we can't meet the deadline. But anyhow, all right. So again, when you do your slate, I don't want you to sound like you're a kid and an adult just told you something that you have to do, okay? Meaning, hi, I'm Genevieve Goings. I'm in LA and I have a home studio, right? Like there's no dynamic to that. That does not sound like an interesting kid I want to work with, to be honest. So don't waste that opportunity to, in your slate, just insert a little personality, just a little. Don't go over the top, but like, hi, I'm Genevieve Goings and I'm in LA. Just that. Did you feel the spark in there? Just don't want you to waste your opportunity for that, okay? All right. So now we are getting to the good stuff here. This is your script, and you need to really know how to decode your script. You're never just going to grab a script and just read it straight through. That's not going to be the way you book, okay? It's just not. You need to know what's happening and make me believe it. This is not congratulations, you said the words. This is take me there, okay? So it's like, who are you? You need to ask yourself, who are you and what's happening right now, okay? This script here, this is for Finley Fox, and I will leave information here where you can download this script so you can try it. But Finley is a little fox. He's like 7 years old, and he's playing around in the woods. Just knowing that should help get you into that energy, okay? Like, I'm just a kid playing around. You're not going to be like, oh, hey, you guys actually came. Wow. You're going to be more like, oh, you actually came? Whoa. All right. Getting into that kid energy. They want to hear it. This needs to sound like a movie. Okay. Then the next thing you want to know, I have a big list here on the page. I don't need to wait this way. I don't need to read every single thing. You can see it there. And I don't want this to be too long of a video because it's more of an intro, but I just want you to also think about what happened to you just before this line. So if your first line is, whoa, you guys actually came. I was trying out my shouty finder. I guess it actually worked. If that's your line, I don't want you to just start straight from that. I want you to be sitting there playing with your shouty finder first. Whoa, you guys actually came. All right, see how I'm doing so many things like before my line? And that I'm actually going to come back here straight to your face. That is such a great tip for any voice acting, any kind of acting. We can use it for voice acting because we are going to be able to edit out our words. You don't have to get everything perfect like you do with a theatrical. But I just want you to start thinking of that. How can I add a couple lines before my line to make it sound real? Okay? Like, I'm just trying to do my best. If that was your line, if you actually move your body and say the word look. Look, I'm just trying to do my best. See, I'm just trying to do my best sounded so much better because we said a line before it. Okay, more on that later too. So that's there. Right now we have Finley, and look at his little self. He's so cute, my little boo-boo. He's just so cute right there. All right, so who are you and what's happening? Well, he's excited, curious, and it's written in the breakdown. What they call the breakdown is where they explain a little bit before what's happening in the scene, so you know before you do your lines. So his line is, wowzers, you really came. I was trying out my shouty finder. I guess it worked good. Did you hear my growly voice? Were you scared? Okay, see, that was me giving it just a little oomph. But if you were to just pick this up and just read the words, wowzers, you really came. I was trying out my shouty finder. I guess it worked good. Did you hear my growly voice? Were you scared? So that to me, again, is just a kid saying the words. You're not taking me there at all. So parents, you have to be really honest with yourselves. And kids, you have to be really honest with yourselves too. Does this sound like a movie? And does it sound like a movie I would watch? Remember, we're entertaining here. That's the point. The point is not the casting director to be analyzing you like homework and being like, no, yes, no. No, you're trying to take them there and they need to imagine, can this kid pull off a whole show, a whole movie? You know what I'm saying? All right. So, and then the next thing we're going to talk about is this roller coaster here. And I want to show you the visual of the roller coaster. okay? Because look, it's going up and down and up and around and up and down. And that's because that's what I need your energy to do and your tone of voice, okay? Because every time we talk, we are hitting notes, okay? Like a singer. Like I could be like, "Hi, oh my gosh," in my high range. Or I could be like, "Hey, oh my gosh." Okay? Giving two totally different vibes, but the same line. And it's interesting. So if you end a sentence and it goes up, don't end the next sentence also going up. Okay? It's not as interesting. If you end a sentence going up, make sure you end the next one down or somewhere in the middle. Okay? See how I'm riding that roller coaster? More on this, but I just want you to start asking yourself, did I end the last sentence the same? Am I taking them on a roller coaster? That's what we want, okay? Moving back to Finley. Wowzers! Oh, you really came! If he's saying something like wowzers, do you think he's amazed? Do you think he's excited? I think so, okay? So let's do this. I was trying out my shouty finder. I guess it worked good. So already he's using the not proper way of speaking, right? He's a kid. So get into that kid energy. I guess it worked good. You kind of have to make yourself be young there. And it's a fine line of overacting too. Like, I was trying out my shouty finder. I can promise you nobody wants your kid to scream their lines out, okay? So if anything, it's like the opposite. And if you can get them to kind of chill into their real selves, that's really going to help too, okay? So there's like another trick I do is like, how would you really talk to your friend? Sometimes I will make them actually give me a friend's name. I don't know where to put myself here. I'll be over the roller coaster. Sometimes I'll have them give me a friend's name so that they can say their friend's name first before the line. Excuse me. So it doesn't sound like they're just acting like, I've got to show you something. You know, where you ask them if you said that to your best friend, I've got to show you something. Like they'd be like, bro, what is wrong with you? So anyways, do you see, I'm hoping you're getting this. I'm trying to keep this under 15 minutes right now, but I hope you're getting that. What we're doing is setting the scene, making it feel real, keeping your voice interesting, and really feeling like you're actually doing this thing. Who are you and what's happening? And it needs to feel like it's really happening. Okay. So, I love that. And the other one is like, do I believe you? So parents, that's going to be up to you to ask your kids if you believe what they're doing. Okay. Excuse me. I'm recording this with no edits. Sorry about the cough. Okay. So multiple takes. This is a pro audition tip. Sometimes you'll be able to do more than one take. You might see that where they say, give us 1 to 2 takes or give us 2 to 3 takes or 2 takes maximum, please, or something like that. When you do more than one take, you need to make sure that it is very different than the other one, or else there is no purpose for it. Okay. Nobody wants to hear you read the same thing twice. Again, this is not a homework assignment. This is like, make me feel something here. So if you were going to do it 2 different ways, like, whoa, wowzers, you really came. I was just trying to check out my shouty finder. Wow. Then there's that, he's like a relaxed version and he's kind of cool. You could do a different version. It's like, wowzers, you guys actually came? Oh, I was just trying out my shouty finder. He's a little dorkier, a little upbeat more. See, but it's 2 different characters. So that's very important thing to know about doing more than one take. If you don't have more than one take in you, then don't do more than one take. Okay. It's okay. What you did is probably just fine. If that's as creative as you've got and you really love the way it is, just send that one take and that's totally fine. I want you to try this really quick for me. Oh, I didn't know you were here. That line. I want you to say it 3 different ways. And I'm curious if we did maybe this music. So first time, why don't you try this? Oh, I didn't know you were here. And do it like you're genuinely surprised. Go. Great. Now you are not happy that this person is here. Okay? Ready? Go. Very good. And now you have been doing something wrong. Like you have an alien named Stitch in your closet and your big sister is coming in and you're like, oh, I didn't know you were here. Okay, you're trying to hide something. Ready? Go. Very, very cute. Okay, I love this. Like I said, I kind of went through this really fast. If you would like to read the Finley Fox audition, there's a link in the description below. So definitely check that out. And it's important for you guys to slate like a pro, know what you're doing, decode the scripts, know what your character's doing. Imagine, get yourself into it. If you're a little kid sitting in the forest playing with his toy, get your body like that, playing with your toy, and start playing with it before your line. Don't do anything that messes with the microphone, but, you know, play with your toy and then, oh, wowzers, you actually came. That sounds like I was really in the middle of something and then I had to say the line because it's really happening, okay? And also, make sure you're on that roller coaster, okay? Up and down. Is it interesting? Does everything sound the same? Is it all on the same note down here and it's all the same? Okay? Or are you giving too much and it's really loud like you're on stage? Because we don't need that either, okay? So I just hope that was a fun little intro to this. I do coach over Zoom and also in my studio here in LA. But you've got this. You can do it. And if you need help and you don't know how to record your auditions, I also have some videos on that. Primarily my video on the program Audacity, which is free. You can download that at audacityteam.org. And it's a great free program that you can edit your stuff with. If all you have is a phone to record with, make sure you're staying this far away. You are in a padded room, carpet under you, curtains nearby, in a closet is perfect. Echoes are not your friend. And your worst enemy is the air conditioning being on over your head. So no air conditioning, no outside sound, and just go for it. I have seen people book jobs with their phone, okay? But yes, eventually I want you to upgrade to a real microphone. I have some suggestions for that as well. And I'm just happy to meet you. You guys have fun, and I can't wait to hear your voice.